Planet Schlorp was a perfect utopia until the asteroid hit. 100 adults and their replicants were issued a pupa and escaped into the space, searching for new homes on uninhabited worlds. We crashed on Earth, stranding us on an already overpopulated planet. That's right, I've been talking this whole time. I'm the one holding the pupa. My name's Corbo. This is my show. I just dropped the pupa. Do you see me? This is ridiculous. I hate Earth. It's a horrible home. And one of these days I'm gonna blow it up and just be done with the whole stupid thing. I swear to God.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Film Optics movie review. And today we are going to be reviewing Season 1 of the new Hulu original series, Solar Opposites. I'm your host, Christian, and joining me is my co-host. Happy Mother's Day, man. How's your day been?
I mean, I'm not a mother, but I do appreciate mothers out there, so...
Oh, yes. We extend our deepest gratitude to all the amazing mothers out there on this joyous Sunday. It's been a pretty good weekend, though. What have you been up to?
Just watching stuff like Solar Opposites, aka Rick and Morty Season 6.
Oh, my God. Season 6, wow. Oh, my gosh. Is that a theory?
No.
Or is that...
just made that up.
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they could intertwine in general. But yeah, man, it's been a pretty good weekend. Yesterday was my birthday. I didn't really do anything, but it was cool. You know,
it's not much to do.
Yeah, I literally I ordered some DoorDash. I had some pad thai. That was pretty cool. I actually ordered DoorDash again today. Got a nice free $50 gift card. So that was cool. But yeah, man, I was just been, binging some Solar Opposites and watching some Community. And I'll probably stream for a little bit today. I don't know. We'll see. But before we begin today's review, you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Anchor, and iHeartRadio, just to name a few, excluding SiriusXM. But hey, we'll get there eventually. And we got to try for Pandora at least one more time. At least. So
gotta open up that Pandora's box.
Seriously. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. I'll read the synopsis here, and then we'll kind of just we'll break down the series and what have you. I believe we did you want to just do all spoilers, or did you want to just kind of give people a general idea of what the show is first and then go into it?
There's not a lot to spoil. I mean, there's like one twist, but
yeah, that is true. So yeah, we'll just spoilers are ahead. So, yeah, spoilers ahead. Excuse me. So, all right. So the synopsis reads: a family of aliens from a better world must take refuge in Middle America. They disagree on whether Earth is awful or awesome. And this is on Hulu for those of you who are looking to check it out. And the premiere date was 2 days ago. There's about 8 episodes for this season, excuse me. And some of the voices are Justin Roiland, Sean, Roiland, excuse me. I'm telling you, I'm the worst at butchering names. I'll let you take the rest of them.
we got Justin Roiland, a.k.a. Rick and Morty. We got Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley. And then Sean Giambrone, who played live-action Ron Stoppable in the Kim Possible movie.
That's right. That's right. Like, his voice sounded so familiar. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, so this is created by Mike McMahan. Mike McMahan, excuse me, and Justin Roiland. And this is created by Justin Roiland is also, one of the creators of Rick and Morty. So this is kind of like his own little baby. The animation is spot on, pretty much exact.
Bring out like the similarities at first between the two shows, because there are a lot, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. So as I said before, this is created by one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland. And like I said, the animation
is the exact same. It's all Justin Roiland just drawing how he likes to draw.
Yeah, which is totally fine. I'm all for that. That's their style. That is, what they like to do, and it works. So why ruin a good thing?
Yeah, and then the two main characters, one being a really smart scientist, and the other being this dumb guy who just likes to have fun. Obviously, it's pretty close to Rick and Morty, with some major differences, but definitely a similar vibe for the two main characters.
Yeah, I was picking up on that a little bit, but I feel like they're different enough from Rick and Morty because obviously you have Terry, who would be Morty, and then you have, my gosh, I'm like blanking on his name. Hold on one second. Corvo, which would be Rick. But they're the dynamic duo part is still there.
Yeah, I like how in this show it's voiced by two different actors, so they can kind of work off each other better instead of the same actor playing both.
Yeah, and I mean you could definitely hear a lot of Rick within Corvo for Justin Roiland, obviously, but it's kind of like it's like a different tone, and I mean I recognize the character, but I actually liked it a lot. They definitely went a different approach with this series. It's not these super crazy space adventures. They are more grounded.
They're earthbound.
Yeah, they are earthbound, and it's just about
and
four aliens.
They actually can't go on space adventures because their ship is broke.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's the opposite of Rick and Morty. They don't have that ability, but I think it makes for a lot of great adventures on Earth, and we'll definitely get into those here soon. But I guess I wanted to get your initial thoughts of the series. How did you like it overall?
I mean, it's definitely weird at first trying to get used to it, just because you're expecting it to be Rick and Morty because it's so similar. You're just expecting like Mr. Poopy Butthole to pop up out of nowhere or something. Like I was definitely looking around for him, but yeah, I ended up really liking it. I thought it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like a generic version of Rick and Morty because it does hold on its own, but it's kind of like less nuanced. Like they don't go as deep as Rick and Morty does. I know it sounds like a dumb Rick and Morty fan saying how deep and smart they are. But it's like
nah.
Yeah, it's
Go
like
ahead.
they don't take themselves as seriously sometimes. Like they don't try to tackle the same issues that Rick and Morty does.
Yeah, okay. I definitely see what you're saying there. It is very I hate calling it like a knockoff Rick and Morty because it really isn't, and you can tell, they definitely put a lot of care into this. This isn't just, Rick and Morty's so popular. Let's expand the universe because clearly a lot of that already happens within the show of Rick and Morty, and I really like, this is more of a family aspect.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. They're more focused on the whole family instead of Rick and Morty, where there's Jerry episodes, there's Candace episodes, but for this series, every episode, like everyone was a part of. Yeah,
and it definitely it serves as a different form of, maybe they're in the same universe. I would assume so. It'd be really funny if they lived right in the backyard of someone
Apparently
else.
This is the same universe as The Simpsons and Space Jam, according to that last episode.
Yeah, that's true.
It is all
man,
Fox.
Oh man, all Fox. But and obviously the similarities. Excuse me. It's very self-aware of what's going on. There's ad break commercials, jokes. Breaking the
lot of Hulu jokes.
A lot of Hulu jokes. But Netflix does the same thing with. Especially with a few of their sitcoms I've noticed, but. I like it a lot. It's very funny, especially when I think it was a line that Corvo had said that it was right before an ad break, and he said, he's like, we're about to go into an ad break unless you pay for the Hulu without ad breaks. Congratulations,
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags. Yeah, I thought that was funny. It's it's witty. It's very very. I guess you can call it simple in a way, but it's so enjoyable. It's not like stupid simple because they are tackling everyday problems. It is a situational comedy, just not a traditional one with like a laugh track. But one of the episodes actually plays into that a little bit there as well. But so I guess did you want to? We can just talk about for characters and themselves. Which character like gravitated, like you kind of gravitated towards is what I'm trying to say.
I like Terry. I recognize the voice. I like Thomas Middleditch, and I like how he has like this little T-shirt every episode that has a little joke on it, something to look at.
Oh my god, I loved it.
And he's just kind of like just kind of like a fun guy who's just walking around doing stuff. Named Terry.
Named Terry.
It's like they counteracted every alien name with a normal name, because like the kids are named Yumulak and Jesse. They just gotta like make it even.
Right, and speaking of the two kids, Yumulak and Jesse, when they go to school, when they first landed on Earth, clearly they don't really have genders. Well, I think that they do because they kind of touch on it.
Yeah, Yumulak was like, I told you to choose male, and then I explained to you why it was better after I chose male.
I think that was like one of the best episodes of the entire season, but I really liked the dynamics between Yumulak and Jesse. Obviously, it's supposed to be between a brother and a sister, but the way that they use the shrink ray and like put people in their wall, and it's just like a total.
It was so good.
It was so amazing, dude. I was
whole
like,
subplot of the wall people is one of the best things I've seen. Like,
as soon as they started showing, like the innards, I'm like, I really hope they like dive deep.
That was the deep dive I was looking for. It was so perfect.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, yeah, Terry and Corvo steal a bear. Excuse me. And that was the
like the background the whole time they're just like playing with a bear, and you just don't even notice it because you're looking at the wall people.
Yeah, it was almost like they were having a separate episode. Without that we didn't see from that perspective. We saw that.
Yeah, that's exactly what
episode.
It is.
Yeah. So that was really sweet. I like that a lot. That was great. Man, oh man, there's so much to talk about with this show. So
Pupa. Basically,
so
it's like Maggie Simpson goes off and does their own thing, and then kind of has a very interesting voice at the end.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, Maggie Simpson doesn't. Apparently, they're sent to planet Earth to eventually, quote unquote, take it over when the pupa grows into its final form, which is actually really funny. And they touch on like Corvo keeps on saying during the first episode, I think it was the matter transfer array, when he keeps talking about like the plan, and then Yumulak and Jesse were like, they keep talking about this plan. What is this plan? And it's like the most simple concept. It's like, okay, so they're trapped on Earth, and they're pretty much waiting for the pupa to grow into a mature state to take over, destroy the world, and whatnot. But the pupa, like you said, does have its own adventures. But I guess let's talk about the wall episodes really quick, because
that twist,
man, that twist, dude.
Tim,
oh my
guy. I thought you were a good guy.
Dude, I will say the sexual tensions in this show is like a lot.
Yeah, they start doing it, and then Pupa just shows up, starts taking video of it.
Like, not even that. Between the principal and the one teacher that hate Terry Yumulak, they literally just like, I was like, dude, like, I can understand why they didn't just like put this on TV, but like this is, it belongs on Hulu. I mean, hey, Disney owns it, but it's like they own it, but they kind of like don't acknowledge it. But like Hulu was like low key, like a really, really good streaming service.
Yeah.
But, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I didn't have anything lined up.
Oh, but I guess between like what is so would you say that Terry and Corvo Steal a Bar was your favorite episode?
Yeah, it's hard to beat that one. Yeah,
definitely. I really like the Patricia device when they try to build a man cave.
The The Mack Ave.
Diggle Bix.
Tiggle bitties.
Dude, I busted out laughing so hard as soon as I saw that Tiggle Bits. And I was like, oh my God, this is hysterical. And then I didn't know. I think what really made me enjoy it more, I sat there and, I was watching each episode and I wasn't, like sidetracked or anything like that. So that's why I knew I was really invested into the show. But I didn't know how many episodes it was. So as soon as I was assuming it was like 10 episodes because by like episode 6, 7, I was like, okay, it's probably just like a solid 10 episodes. But knowing, the style of Rick and Morty, they don't always necessarily go for a full 10, do they? I don't
Quality
think
over
so.
quantity.
Yeah, that is true. And literally towards the last thing that the pupa says is, stay tuned for season 2. And it's like, oh, so I guess season 2 has been confirmed because it's just a great show, man. I absolutely love it.
I love the first episode with Fun Bucket.
Oh my, Fun Bucket was like the weirdest thing ever, but it was so funny to see how they reacted to saying like, yeah, Fun Bucket's not real. And they're like, what do you mean he's not real? Like, he's non-human. They're just automatically assuming he's an alien. And then they make him for real, and then they
he starts
want
hanging
to
out
be,
with those douches, and then at the end they come and rescue him.
That was so weird because the two the two Fun Buckets like fused together. I was like, what is this? But it's so funny because as much as Corvo complains about humans, he does. They obviously want to fit in, and obviously Yumulak and Jesse fitting in at school. And Jessie making like her, she's trying to overcome.
Break through the glass wall.
Break through the. It was that teacher was hilarious.
Went to the football team. She's like, I'm going to be the kicker. And then the coach is like, oh, go ahead and be the quarterback.
Yeah, it was like we already have a dog as a kicker. And it was like, hey, you're replaced. Jesse's taking your spot. But it was funny because their school, as much as they get bullied. Like their school is actually like pretty open-minded about like everything. But even their teacher was saying beforehand that like I thought it was really funny where it was like, yeah, women, you have to, break through the glass and, overcome a certain obstacle. It's like, men, just draw a picture. Just draw a picture of a lightsaber. You might as well just figure out life is easier for you here on out. And it's like it's a joke, obviously, but like sadly, it's kind of true because women definitely have a lot more hurdles to jump over than men. But I just thought that was like really, really funny to point out. But
yeah.
So like, did you have like any Easter eggs references that you thought were like any one-liners that kind of stick for you?
I mean, there was just endless pop culture references, just like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Harry Potter stuff. I know you like that.
Oh, of course. When I saw Terry wearing that shirt, I was like, oh yeah. And then I think it was episode 7 or 8 where he wore the black shirts that's straight out of anime. I was like, that's so great.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite like kind of smaller jokes was when he was playing around with the dumb ray and he shot the book and it turned into the Bible.
Oh yeah, that was great. Or when Corvo tries to become like Houdini himself. And
Yeah.
Also that like the entire episode was like built around like him just wanting the rest of the family to come to like, was it Taco Tuesdays or whatever it was, so that they can like discuss the plan for getting off the planet. I would say I don't even know if there's like a weak episode though, as I'm trying to look through. I think they retraced your stabilizer, but not really because it was kind of like it was good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
Like
thought Vambo was really funny. He just keeps showing up.
But it was like the weirdest thing, all because Corvo forgot his wallet on their home planet before it got destroyed. And like, I mean, like, they have their gadgets and whatnot. I think my favorite sequence is when Yumulak and Jesse are going through puberty, quote unquote puberty, and their sprays get mixed together, and everyone just becomes like these bloodthirsty zombies. And like it's obviously like an action scene that they go through to like cure them, but it's like their blades heal them back to the way they were, which I thought was really funny, just because they wanted to be liked so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts, there was a huge payoff where at the beginning of one of the episodes, they were asking who keeps giving Pupa candy. And then like you see Pupa sneak off through a window and they go off on her own little mission. Or I don't even know what gender it is, but its own little mission. It kills like a raven and then goes into this dude's house, like takes his leg, all just to go to a vending machine and kick it to get the candies loose and then eat the candy. I love that.
That was hysterical. And I also was it Quantum Ring was the magician episode. The Booster Manifold. When when I really enjoyed the I think they tried to they put like those nanobots or whatever like in the city's water.
Yeah.
And it's like we've been learning information from you through your pee, and like just so that they can take over the I guess it's like a neighborhood like town watch type, like not a mayor, but it was some kind of committee that they were trying to overthrow the old woman. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But yeah, man, like we could sit here all day and talk about what we like. But was there anything that kind of stuck out that you didn't really care for, or you got nothing?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything.
I can't really think of anything.
I guess there was like a fair amount of product placement, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how people feel about that, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. I don't really care too much about that. I mean, like I think it's fine. I mean, as long as it's not like in your face 24/7. I mean, obviously, they're in the real world, so they're gonna kind of, use that. But it was fine. I honestly really have nothing bad to say about this. But since they did confirm season 2, do you think this like has legs to stand on its own to like separate from Rick and Morty?
I guess we're gonna have to see the numbers, but based on the quality, it definitely can. I don't know how many people are watching it. Hopefully, a fair amount.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much anyone that I know has a Hulu account. It was actually for the longest time I didn't have one, and I started when I was like, I think it's when we reviewed Big Time Adolescence, and I was actually catching up on some anime myself. So, yeah, I'm just pretty much winging it. I mean, the commercials aren't terrible. I think it actually kind of helps sometimes, because the only thing, like, binging this was so much better. Like, you could digest it more easily, because especially if you have, if you just pay, what is it, this $5-6 a month for, just normal streaming access, it kind of gives you a chance to, separate which, episodes or which ones.
It gives us that precious phone time that we need 24/7.
Yeah, that too. I was kind of, pretty much going to bring that up, but and I almost forgot. Tiffany Haddish is in this as the computer. Yeah, I pretty much recognize her. Like,
Alfred
right
Molina was the Duke.
The Duke. Can we talk about? Oh my gosh, the Duke. Man, I swear that entire episode, the rat, was it the mice's milk?
Yeah,
and like it was
the mouse milk.
The mouse milk. It was just.
And then like the next episode, she's Jesse's cleaning out the wall, and she see the dead mouse, and she just doesn't even care about it. She's like, "We gotta clean this wall."
Right. She's like, "When's the last time?"
It was such an emotional moment in the last episode, and then just.
It's just like nothing to them. Yeah, it's just a bunch of like filth and like dust and stuff that needs to be cleaned out. But like, there's this whole world. Like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. And and I can't wait for season 2 to see what they do with the rest, because
Yeah, we gotta
now
see
that
what Tim does.
yeah, because he found the the hole leading to the outside world, but it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're shrunk down, but like they shrunk down like half the population. It's kind of weird that like there aren't like missing posters of people in the town, because clearly they are missing, but I guess they don't really focus too much on that. It seems that the town itself is pretty well popularized. So yeah. So I guess just want to get into scores then.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go first. I'm just gonna give this guy a solid 99 out of 100, because like I really enjoyed it. I mean, there probably is like some kind of issue or flaw. I would definitely have to rewatch it, probably right before season 2 comes out, whenever that may be. But I would definitely like to see them kind of do a mesh up between Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites at some point. I don't know how long of a time that will be, but yeah, I'm just gonna straight up give it 99 out of 100. Leaving that one extra score for there's always room for error. But yeah, what about you?
I'll give it a solid 90.
Yeah.
Super solid.
Yeah, like it was a great time. I felt things I never thought I felt with episode 7 especially. So
He really had to kill her.
Dude, I didn't know, like, wow. With a toothpick. I was like, why are you...
I love their weapons. They're so random.
Oh, my gosh. But, like, they just... everything they use in that wall. I was like, how did you get electricity running through here? And it's just these clans, and it's literally just like a post-apocalyptic, just, like, wasteland. And, they're trading M&Ms for thumbtacks, and that one diabetic dad's kid ends up dying at the hands of the Duke, and it's just like that would have made a great movie, The Wall.
Yeah, that could be a spinoff.
It could be. Honestly, I would love to see them. Maybe, I mean, it may not be like an entire season of like what's happening in The Wall, but definitely want to give us a little bit more flavor when season 2 comes out. But anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap up here?
Got Rick and Morty episode 7 tonight, season 4.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. We do. So yeah, that pretty much covers our review of Solar Opposites. Season 1 is now streaming on Netflix. Again, if you haven't watched it and you're a big fan of Rick and Morty, you'll definitely enjoy it. I definitely think it has its own. It stands apart from Rick and Morty and has its own legs for the future. So that's some really good stuff. But what is there? Is there anything coming out this week that we're reviewing? Have you started watching Hollywood at all or anything?
No, isn't that
I know,
one
like
movie
the
coming
Eddie
out on Netflix?
What movie? Hold on, let me check. Netflix movies upcoming. Coming soon to Netflix.
I don't know why I can't think of the name.
Is it the Eddie, or is that a TV show?
The one with Kumail in it.
Oh, Lovebirds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I almost forgot about that.
I want to say it comes out the 12th.
I think so. Let me check really quick.
That's the must watch.
Oh, absolutely. You want to take this bacon grease to the face. It's like, what happens with bacon grease to the face? It comes out. Oh, May 22nd.
22nd.
Yeah, May 22nd. So that's next week. What was I going to say? We'll figure out something to review. I think because I mean I would say like Hollywood or the Eddie, but we'll definitely figure it out and let you guys know. And also just a reminder for everyone, our Rise of Skywalker, excuse me, not our Rise of Skywalker. I keep anytime I say that, the Skywalker Saga digital code giveaway that we're doing, it's still going on. I think I'm going to extend it at least one more day, so we'll pick the winner on May 13th instead of the 12th. I don't know, be nice. I feel like it hasn't even been a week yet, which technically it hasn't, but yeah. So I'm going to move that to May 13th. We'll choose the winner on 11 a.m. Central Time for that, and also check out our review of Star Wars. The Clone Wars Season 7, me and a few other podcasters kind of collaborated and talked about that for a good hour and a half. It was a really great time. And, hopefully also, Devin, what comes out next week?
What is that?
Halo 2.
Oh,
Halo
yeah.
2, buddy. Halo 2. We definitely got to play some Halo 2. One step closer, yes. But I do love me some Halo 2. And hopefully Halo 3 is not too far behind. But, maybe we can do a stream or something throughout the weekend, this coming up weekend for Halo. That'd be pretty cool just to kind of, get our feet wet back in the water. And I believe that pretty much does it. Oh, also, almost forgot, we did a Justice League Apocalypse War review with me and Jared. I think that's going to come out Tuesday on the 12th. So yeah, that pretty much does it. Thank you everyone for listening. Sorry, went off the rails there a little bit, but we'll definitely let you know what we decide to review for this upcoming Sunday review. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optics. Optics is spelled OPTIX. And hopefully, once this coronavirus is done and over with, we can start doing more, video podcasts, live podcasts, maybe for maybe our news shows, something like that. When the time comes and when Devin gets his camera back. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.